Today is December 19. Ukraine Media Center Reform continues its operation. My name is Vasyl Samokhvalov, and joining us online is Oleksandr Starukh, the military governor of Zaporizhia region. Good afternoon, Mr. Oleksandr. Good afternoon. Glory to Ukraine. Glory to the heroes. Mr. Oleksandr, let's proceed to the substance. First of all, Zaporizhia region was mostly affected by the rocket strikes on Friday. Was the situation as of now. Yeah, that was the greatest impression. The situation is currently complicated. However, at the same time, our energy technicians, thanks to their professionalism, they were able to resume the operation of the basic infrastructure facilities. The electric power is scheduled according to the shutdowns, but we have constant heat supply. Sometimes the power is on, sometimes it's off. Among all the critical issues, the most of the consequences were mitigated, apart from the infrastructure facilities that were completely destroyed. Yeah, we need time to acquire and reinstall some parts of equipment or repair it respectively. It's gonna take some time. Yes, we understand it. The next question, which is of most concern, is that the occupiers almost stopped letting people through their checkposts. I'm talking about Vasilivka. Why does it happen? What's going on over there? Well, yeah, we're talking about Vasilivka because there is another checkpost. That's the only path of life. Actually, only one person was able to go through the checkpost yesterday, but during other days, no single person was led through this path. The occupiers complicated the procedures for leaving our people, so they ceased letting them through at all. And the third question is about Zaporizhia nuclear power plant. There was a lot of forecasts and statements on part of IAEA and on part of the Russians. What's the situation there now? What do we know? The situation is without changes. The 6 blocks do not operate. They are in cold or hot stop modes. They just consume electric power to provide the operation of the power plant itself. The occupiers keep pressing on the employees. They use the nuclear power plant as the cover for bombardments of the adjacent Nikopol and Marganets. There are no systematic changes, but we hope that there will be another attempt from the international community which will succeed. Any questions in the studio? Good afternoon, Olga Panasenko, Ukrinform. Could you please tell us, so did the evacuation through Vasilivka stopped completely? Previously, Ivan Fedorov, the mayor of Melitopol, mentioned that there are alternative ways to leave through Crimea, Georgia, Russian Federation, or to the Baltic countries, and people can go back to Ukraine then. But then he said that even that way became way more complicated. Is there at least any other options for our citizens to leave the Zaporizhia region, the occupied parts of the Zaporizhia region, and to get back to Ukraine through elsewhere? Well, look, I have no idea what's going on Russia, but yeah, there were cases when our people were living through Crimea or through Georgia, and it did take a lot of time to leave. Currently, this option of leaving through our corridor, we only have a count of 300,000 people who left. It operated to the full scale back then, but under this procedure that was operating previously, it unfortunately does not. It is not in effect now. I cannot tell you about any procedures about people leaving through Russia because I don't have any confirmed information, any verified information about that. Mr. Alexander, another question. We were making plans and forecasts. We were preparing for winter for a long time. Now we're almost through December. We're living through it under constant bombardments. What are the lessons you've learned on your personal example, what is still there to improve? Well, we have to keep working in all the directions incessantly. We don't have to stop anywhere, and we have to reinforce the defense of the city itself and of the region and of infrastructure. We have to take all the measures that we were taken previously. We have to deploy more resilience station. We have to expand their capabilities so they could receive more people. So everything that we were working on previously, we don't have to stop. We have to move further on because the winter adds more challenges. Well, maybe it's not so difficult right now. We had plus 12 during the last weekend, but the freezing temperatures are coming, and the critical infrastructure, it has some limit of their capabilities. We have to be reminded about all the limitations, and we have to keep reminding people to hide when the air raid alert is on. So we have to continue doing what we did, but to larger extent, on a larger scale. Thank you very much. Joining us was Oleksandr Starukh, the military governor of Zaporizhia region. Our next briefing in just 10 minutes. We will be talking to Mr. Oleksandr Tkachenko, the Minister of Culture and Information Policy of Ukraine, who had a visit to France recently. So see you shortly.